Et donc aujourd'hui, je suis super content de vous présenter une vidéo extrêmement spéciale. Mais quand je dis spéciale, c'est un truc de fou, hein. Là, vous le voyez à l'écran, vous avez une maison magnifique pour Noël. Donc ça, c'est une maison aux États-Unis que je suis allé explorer il y a quelques jours. J'ai eu la chance de rencontrer Keith, qui est le propriétaire de la maison, et Anthony, son fils. Anthony, c'est la personne qui a imaginé, planifié et mis tout ça en place. Donc on va le rencontrer, on va lui poser des questions et on va découvrir tout ça ensemble. Je suis super content d'avoir fait cette vidéo encore une fois, j'espère qu'elle vous plaira. Avant de commencer, je voulais aussi remercier Keith et Anthony, du coup, qui ont été super accueillants, super gentils. Et je vous invite vraiment à regarder la vidéo dans son entièreté parce que c'est vraiment incroyable ce qui se passe. Allez, c'est parti.
Hello.
Hello.
So nice to meet you, Anthony.
Nice to meet you.
And the first question I have, I guess, is what inspired you to start this?
I mean, just how the lights looked. And I know it sounds kind of, not super exciting. My dad would put up lights when I was little, and I just loved how they looked. I don't know what it was about them. I loved the color, just the twinkle of them. I loved how they looked. And then once I got old enough to take over myself and do it myself,
Right.
I just went to town and put up as many lights as I could, and every year it just grows.
It just grows every year, okay.
Yep.
So you just reuse
Yep.
what you had from previous years and you add new stuff every year.
Yeah, and then I add to it. I love it. I love the joy it brings to other people. It brings me obviously joy, but also brings me joy seeing the joy other people get out of it.
Okay,
the young kids, how excited they get.
Okay, I have another question. You just
Yeah.
mentioned like everyone asks the question, but I need to know like how long does it take?
This year it took a little over 2 months. I started September 27th
Okay.
this year, and I just finished like 3 days ago. So yeah, it
That's
takes
wow.
just a little over 2 months.
Okay, and you do everything by yourself?
For the most part,
Okay.
I do 99% of it. My dad will help me because this is his house. I don't live here, but this is his
Okay.
house. He just lets me decorate it, and he'll help me like if I need help getting a big display up or something. And my sister, who lives in Virginia Beach, comes down here and will help me a little bit with the art displays. But 95% of it is me.
Second question, very cliche as well. What's the electric bill?
It's actually not as bad as people think.
Really?
They're LED lights, so they use a lot less energy than a standard incandescent light. So the light bill, I mean, it's still a decent bill, but it
Okay.
only goes up by about $200, $250 for the month, which
Okay.
is a good chunk of money.
Okay.
But when you think about how many lights there are out here, it's actually not that bad.
It's not terrible, yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
most people think it's going to be in the $1,000, $1,1500 range. And if I use the old incandescent lights, yeah, it would be.
Okay.
But LED just saves so much energy.
And so how long is this going to stay into place? Like when do you plan to?
January 1st, I'll have it up one more night,
Okay.
and then January 2nd, I'll start taking it down.
And can I ask you about your favorite part, your favorite display in here?
Yeah, I don't know. There's just so much to enjoy. I think one thing that I really liked that came out really good this
Yeah.
year. I mean, just even the arches, looking down the arches,
That
they
looks
look
awesome.
phenomenal.
That looks awesome.
I added a new penguin section over there that turned out phenomenal. Looked a lot better than I expected. I've got a SpongeBob display down there where I made his own house for it.
Oh,
and
that's
that turned
awesome.
out really good. So I don't have a single favorite display.
Okay.
There's a lot of them.
Do you face any like challenges when you do this? Have you ever
Oh, yeah.
faced like weather
Oh, yeah.
problems or like vandalism, that kind of stuff?
Yep, I've all of it. Weather problems, the wind coming up and being so strong it blows displays over and breaks them. I've had multiple years with
Yeah.
people vandalize. I had one year where we caught them on video, but unfortunately the video was just only good enough to see the silhouette of the people. But there was like 4 people, and 3 of them hopped out of the car, middle of the night, hopped out of the car,
That's crazy.
ran through, broke as much as they could, hopped in the car and drove off. So I've had vandalism multiple times. I mean, even challenges something as not, in a sense, weather or people, but just the lights going out. For whatever reason, lights will just go bad. I can fix them. It's just it slows things up when I have to take the time to fix them.
I guess my last question, I wanted to ask you about the, so you said Santa is coming, there's
Yep.
like a meet and greet, and there's also
Yeah.
like you're doing something for a foundation where you
Yeah.
get like canned goods. Like, can you
Yeah,
tell me more about this?
Every year we have Santa come. This started, I think this is the 5th year for it.
Okay.
We'll have a Santa come for 2 nights of the year.
Yeah.
2 nights during the December. And yeah, he'll be here. People will be able to come up and greet him and meet him, take pictures with him and everything
Okay.
else, and say hi. And then we'll be collecting non-perishables, so canned
Okay.
goods and non-perishable food, and even money donations for our local food bank here. Yeah.
So you just like climb like a monkey, or you just like have a
Yep.
ladder like a monkey? Okay.
I'll put a ladder up to get to that first branch if I need it, and then I'll just climb all the way up. You can see how high that one over there goes.
Yeah, that was crazy. You never hurt yourself by doing this? Like, it's fine.
No, I'm not gonna lie, I've had a couple close calls. I always make sure that when I'm up in the tree, that if if I know I'm in a position that could be a chance to fall, I
Yeah.
make sure I have my arm wrapped around something
Okay.
where if I do slip, I'm gonna catch myself. So of course, obviously, the first section here is my ocean display. So this is all my aquatic ocean type display figures.
Okay.
So I've got, you know, octopus, sharks, pelicans, crabs, dolphins, whales, seals, you know, hippos. There's even a turtle on top of a fish that's fishing. There's
Oh,
a
wow.
snowman on top of a polar bear that's fishing.
I gotta see this. That's amazing.
This is my waterfall too behind it. The waterfall
Okay.
alone has over 7,000 lights on just the waterfall.
So where do you get all this? Like, do you go on Amazon or like locally?
All over, yeah.
All
You
over?
can do it locally and online. All over. I mean, even Goodwill. I'll go to Goodwill and get stuff from there.
Okay.
Facebook Marketplace is one. I mean, I just put in Google search outdoor Christmas light displays or decorations, and whatever it pulls up, I go through and search for it and see if they have anything I like. Yep. So yeah, of course, like I said, this is my penguin display. I put 3,000 lights on the ground so it looks like snow or mimics snow. Of course, you got the whole side of the house covered. I cover every inch of the house, as you can see.
Wow.
Every inch is covered with lights. This one here is not a specific display or
Okay.
whatever you call it. These are kind of just random displays. That's how it would look good here by themselves. The arches I made myself. So they're made out of PVC and then steel stakes. And then just wrap them in lights. My plan for next year too, I got more plans to add more stuff next year already because I plan for a year ahead. Like I'm always thinking about something I can add. Even when I'm done with the display, the day after I'm thinking about, hey, what can I add?
But next year, yeah.
Yeah, you know, I get done with the display and I'm like, man, that's like this here. I'm already seeing it. I'm like, man, that's a completely empty spot. What
Yeah.
can I put there? So I'm always thinking of something I can do to add for next year.
So new
even-
themes, new stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
So even something as minor as next year, since people hopefully know more about it being a walkthrough, I'll be out here with hot chocolate for people to get
Oh,
hot
wow.
chocolate while they
That's awesome.
look at the lights. So that's something that I'd like to look into being able to do.
Did you ever think about like decorating your car also?
I've seen too many people where they put decorations on it, and then because of the wind blowing and stuff, it actually scratches their car
Oh
up.
yeah, fair.
So I would love to, but I don't need a bunch of scratches on my car.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough.
This is so awesome.
Thank you.
How long have you been doing this?
I've been doing it for about 20 years now. I took over when I was 14. So before that, it was just my dad would put some lights on the bushes or on the gutters. And then
okay.
I, for whatever reason, loved how lights looked. And once I was old enough to do it myself, I took over and just didn't look back.
Really? Incredible.
Yeah.
That was one of my questions. Actually, I forgot about it.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask you where you store all this stuff.
Yeah, it's all just open space up there.
That's
So there's
crazy.
Are these
nothing blocking it.
collapsible? Do they collapse down, or is they? This is just.
Yeah, they all just go up there like that. There's a couple displays that I don't put in the attic because they just don't fit through the door.
Oh, I see.
But 95% of this goes up in the attic.
So funny.
Yeah. But you guys enjoy this? Yeah.
You like the
Oh my
penguins?
gosh, yeah.
Yeah.
This is
The
like my
penguins are cool.
dream.
Yeah.
Like to be like neighbors with someone
Yeah.
like this. I mean, it's
I
just
love it.
like it's just nice. It's like a Hallmark movie, which is I wish I could live in a Hallmark movie. So it's literally like this makes me so happy.
Did you work on this a little bit too?
It's my house, but I help him set up things that are big and hard, but he does most of it.
So how do you feel about it?
Oh, I love it. My
You
whole
love it?
family really loves Christmas, and the real reason for the season is our Savior, the Lord Jesus Christ, but we love doing all of this as well. And Anthony takes it to a greater extreme than the rest of us, but I have a daughter in Chesapeake who's got about a tenth of this maybe.
Okay.
Which is more than most people do. My oldest daughter got married in December, had a Christmas wedding, had 5 Christmas trees up in the front of the church. And
Okay.
So our whole family's always been big on Christmas. Anthony just kind of has moved it to the next level, and probably the next level, and even the next level.
Did you have like anything in there that you've made yourself?
I made these big lights that are hanging up right here.
Oh, you did with the
Yep.
the plug and stuff?
Yep, I made that. There's a couple more displays down there
Okay.
that we'll see that I made as
Okay.
well. Of course, those arches as well I made.
So you're a craftsman.
I try to be. I'm trying to make more stuff. My plan next year is I'm actually planning on making a mini Ferris wheel. This side is just kind of all the miscellaneous stuff.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
probably more
You
than
know,
I
it's
do
just
about
all the stuff that
it.
kind of
Merry Christmas.
is by itself. It doesn't have a whole bunch of them. So this side is kind of sectioned off. So this side I've first got all the farm type animals. So you got your
Oh, wow.
chickens and your cows, your pigs, llama, you know, those farm type animals. And then
Okay.
next we have our dog section. So we've got all the dogs here, as you can see.
Yeah.
You know, we got Santa and all his elves behind him with back here with the presents and everything. And this section here, I don't know if you guys have it in France or not, but one of the big shows here for the U.S. is the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and part of it is the Misfit Island. So I have all the Misfit Island toys with Rudolph and the Bumble and the Abominable Snowman. So actually this whole section from the Rudolph and over is my as seen on TV section, meaning every character in here has been on a TV or movie or something.
He's my favorite, Scooby-Doo.
Yep, so we got Scooby-Doo.
I'm a big Scooby-Doo fan.
Yep, I love Scooby-Doo. So we got Scooby-Doo and we got Mickey and Minnie, and I mean we got all sorts of stuff. We got the Grinch, we got Jack Skellington. I don't know if you ever watched The Nightmare Before Christmas.
I have. It's one of my favorite movies.
So we got Jack Skellington here. Of course,
Garfield. Oh my god,
Yep.
awesome. Snoopy.
Of course, you got Mickey and Minnie and Donald, Winnie the Pooh, Eeyore. We got the Minions back there, so I made the giant banana that's behind them.
Oh wow. Oh, you made it?
Yeah.
No way. How?
So just a piece of board, and I traced out the banana and I cut it, and then I colored it in, and then painted it, and then I used the lights to outline it and make it look a little bit more. Of course, there's SpongeBob, but I made the pineapple.
Oh, the house.
Yep,
Oh
I
my
made
God.
the pineapple house.
You made it too. Oh
Yep.
my god.
And of course, you got Sesame Street, you got Elmo and Big Bird
Yeah.
and Cookie Monster.
Right.
You got your Star Wars here. This is my little band. You got the caroling mice and you got the band players back here, and then you got the conductors or whatever they're called here. And you got Santa and driving a sports car with his little reindeer friend there. You got your little section of like exotic animals over here. You know, giraffes and hippo, alligators, polar bears. Yeah, and then of course you got the flying pigs.
Oh, the pigs.
You got Snoopy and Woodstock over there in the plane. You got Santa in the hot air balloon. And you got your flamingos. I even have some elves that are riding flamingos.
That's amazing.
Dinosaurs. You know, I got all sorts of stuff. I got a raccoon up there. All your horses and rocking horses and everything else. So yeah, we got all sorts of stuff. You know, you got a sloth on the candy cane there. You got an otter right here. I've even got a truck pulling a camper up there.
Oh yeah, with the tree.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
We got the Peanuts characters over here ice skating. So they're ice skating, and got my guard bears.
That's pretty cool actually. And you got so the music comes from
Yeah,
a
I got an
Bluetooth
outdoor,
speaker.
yeah, Bluetooth outdoor speaker.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's just, I've got an old phone that's right inside the door that's got the music connected to it.
Oh, okay.
So it's an old phone that I don't use anymore other than for music for the display. We added a whole brand new breaker panel just specifically for the lights
that's
that only
amazing.
controls the lights. So all I gotta do to turn the lights on is to go down and flip the switch to turn them on or off. It's just one switch that turns on this whole display. Yep, I paid an electrician to come in to put in that breaker panel just for the lights.
So what time do you turn off the lights usually?
I have them on from 5:30 p.m. until 11 p.m.
Do you decorate also inside the house or just outside?
No, just outside.
Just outside?
I don't know if you've ever seen those like ceramic tiny Christmas village houses.
Oh yes.
That-
Yes.
So we've got a whole bunch of those in the attic that I'm thinking about maybe next year. I might move the curtains to the side and set up a table and have the town in front of the window there and have that kind of like a little cool little thing for people to see.
People don't realize how much maintenance there is to this as well. Things like that burn out or the wind blows them over. And
yeah.
you
It's
gotta
a lot of
keep
maintenance.
checking it every night, every day. And
Brand new display I got just this year, and it's already out for some reason.
yeah, that's what I was just telling you. The maintenance
Okay.
on this is fixing the ones that go out no reason. That cord was broken on the one over there. The wind blows stuff over. The first year we had these, I put a 100 amp service in for them, and we put the special electric light GFI, ground fault initiative ones. The first time it rained, they kept turning the whole system off. So this section would go off, that section would go off, this section would go off. So we ended up swapping them all out.
What is your favorite Christmas movie?
Ooh, that's a hard question because there's so many good ones. I mean, I watch Home Alone every year.
A classic.
Yeah, the classic Home Alone.
Yeah.
The Santa Claus movies, I don't know if you've seen them. They're really good. They're older movies. There's 3 of them all together. There's an old movie called It's a Wonderful Life. It's an old black and white movie, but it's really good.
Okay.
It's a classic as well that so many people like. I mean, of course, The Christmas Carol is a good one. But I'd probably say, if I had to pick a favorite, I'd probably say it'd be Home Alone, just because it's a classic and it's the movie I grew up on as a kid.
Okay.
So if I had to pick one, it'd be Home Alone. But there's just so many good ones that I just like that I watch every year. I mean, Polar Express is a good one.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, there's one called Fred Claus. It's a good one. You know, just so there's just so many good ones. Making a seek and find board. I have 10 different things on here that are all throughout the display, and it lets people interact. And they got to try to find these 10 different things in the display, which I got to redo that. The paint, it got rained on, so it messed up the paint. So I got to redo that, unfortunately. So we got things like, you know, a skating hippo. We've got a monkey and a fishing turtle. You got Santa surfing, caroling mice. So people go throughout the display and they try to find those 10 specific things in the display. So it's just a little fun little thing for people to, you know, there's no prize or anything for finding everything. It's just a way to interact with the display and have a little fun while they're looking at it. I got my little toy soldiers on each side of the driveway, pretending like they're, you know, guarding the driveway. And of course, I got my candy canes out here for anybody who wants a candy cane. As you can see, a lot of them have been taken already. Have you ever heard of the description of the candy cane too, and why it's shaped like it is? It's actually basically like a J for Jesus Christ, because Christmas is about the birth of Christ. The red actually represents Christ's blood when he died on the cross. I want to say the white is like the purity from when Christ cleansing us after he's died on the cross for us. So the candy cane is actually just a total representation of Jesus Christ.
We're gonna ask a small question also.
Yeah.
I'm sure I know the answer. What's your favorite holiday?
Christmas.
Yeah, definitely.
I'd shock you, be like Valentine's.
I was like, maybe he's gonna say Halloween or maybe like
Right?
something else. I don't know.
Just totally shock you, something Columbus Day.
Would you ever consider making something like this for Halloween or Easter or stuff like that?
No, not Halloween, simply because I'm decorating for Christmas before Halloween even gets here. So it'd
fair.
be hard to put up a Halloween and Christmas. The other holidays, you don't really decorate for them like that. Christmas and Halloween are really the only displays that people decorate for. The other holidays, they don't really do any decoration for. Maybe, except for probably 4th of July, but even that people, you know, generally it's just, you know,
Put a few flags and
yeah, they
that's
put
it.
up a bunch of flags.
So the candy canes, we have the mailbox.
Yep, the mailbox. The mailbox has always got to get decorated
Oh,
as
there's
well.
2 mailboxes?
Yeah, so this is our neighbor's mailbox. This is our mailbox.
Oh, that's so funny. It's on the same side. Oh, wow.
Yep.
I'm learning something. Okay. Oh, wow.
You got the nativity scene. Here in the ditch I have written out, it says, "A king is born." And then I've got a nice pretty crown right above it. So, and this is just put out by hand with just regular string Christmas lights. So I actually come out here and I write all this out with a string of lights and just eyeball it. And this is actually a favorite display of everybody right here, these hippos. I have so many people that ask about these hippos. And they constantly tell me how much they love these hippos. These hippos aren't in the ocean display because people just love them here so much. So I've had these hippos placed down here before I did the ocean display. And like I said, I don't know what it is. I have so many compliments on these little hippos right here, so I leave them here. I appreciate you all obviously coming by to see my display. Hopefully maybe this will inspire some of you all to put up some Christmas lights, Christmas cheer. I always tell people even a single strand is better than nothing.
Yeah.
Just bringing that Christmas joy.